I'm writing. Well, this is what writing looks like. You see, I'm letting some ideas steep, which is different than letting them stew. Well, every reporter with a brain, which is a subset of the profession and by no means the majority, will tell you that writing is 75% ideas, 15% typing, and 10% caffeine. Hello? Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do indeed have something to write about, so you can go on back to that early retirement program you call an office and pop yourself another Pepto-Bismol. Let's see what we've got. My old man was one of the toughest sons of bitches God ever made. Whew, that was exhausting. Well, writing is hard work. You know, truth be told, and wouldn't that be a novelty, it's no small thing to write about a person, especially not when that person is a relative, and damn near impossible when he's your father, which, fortunately or not, depending on your point of view, is the case. Well, I'm sorry to say it, but while cancer can kill you, it just can't make you a better person. But, I'm fighting. It is often said that true strength lies in admitting weakness. For Texas reporter Molly Ivins, her sharp wit and independence have given her the drive to continue her work despite a difficult relationship with her alcoholic father, her own struggle with alcoholism, and her battle with breast cancer. But the limits of human strength can only stretch so far, even for Molly Ivins. Now, she must realize that admitting to your own weakness is the first step in fighting back when all the odds seem stacked against you. Red Hot Patriot by Margaret and Allison Engel. Well, this is a picture of me on the General's boat in happier times, as they say. Oh, General Jim is what my dad is called. And we had some good moments on that boat, of course. He was always the captain. Now, the Ivins are a fighting family, at least when it comes to dinner table warfare. See, every evening at 5:55, the cocktail hour, my dad would turn our house into a war zone. Well, part of it was the lubrication, but that man had a level of bile that could be triggered by a Shirley Temple. Plus, he couldn't hear too well, a result of standing too close to the 16-inch guns during World War II, so we were always yelling at him just to be heard, and he was always yelling at the rest of us because yelling is what he did best. Every man I ever spent time with drank. A lot. My first job at the Houston Chronicle, we drank at the Press Club. Last summer I spent under the General's roof was when I came home from college and got my first job in the library of the Houston Chronicle, also known as the Chronic. The General, well, he thought it was low-class work, but that made me love it all the more. Now, my second job, the Trib in Minneapolis, we drank at the Little Wagon. And my third job, at the Observer, we drank in the office. Well, my epitaph should read, she never made a shrewd career move. Well, alcohol may lead nowhere, but it sure is the scenic route. Oh, it let shy little Molly become a whirling dervish of fun. But it steals from me. I've let dinners burn up from drinking. I've made a fool of myself, and I've wasted so much time hating myself for it the next day. My friends started hating it too. They got tired of the Molly show, the drunk version. So there was a little intervention. And telling me they didn't love me drunk was about as tough an assignment as a friend could have, but you see, well, Well, I thought I needed alcohol to write fun. Yeah. Jokes are important to me. A fact that you may have gleaned by now. But they are a means to an end. When you make people laugh, they open up their ears and hear you. You know, for the longest time I thought jokes would keep outrage alive, but maybe they just keep it at arm's length. Because my mother was sort of ambivalent about me, but my dad's more clear-cut. Well, I hate his world and he hates mine. And I wrote about my mother every now and again, but never once him, not in years of columns. Till today. Apparently, he couldn't stand the thought of getting sicker and not being in charge. He didn't want to face the pain. You know, I'm still fighting. And you gotta hate it to the old bastard because the last round and he won again. Because he's supposed to read this column tomorrow morning and learn that I forgive him for... What? You want me to tell you he was a wonderful father and a loving human being? Well, he wasn't. He blew his brains out. And you know, I just... Well, you see, I'm one of those people out of touch with my emotions. I treat my emotions like unpleasant relatives. A long-distance call once or twice a year is more than enough. If I got in touch with them, they might come to stay. Celebrate sheer joy of a good fight. I sound like the general, don't I? Well, I'm allowed. Because I know now what people are going to ask when I'm gone. They're going to ask, what would Molly say? Oh, I said plenty. I led my